That's a wolf pack. So I went out onto the park and shit. It's weird. It's like anytime I go, that's when my dad asks, "Did you go skating?" And I hate that, you know? Because, like, I know I'm being gang stalked and all that, but it's still creepy and it's still shocking. It's like, you just happen to ask if I went skating every time I do go to the park. It makes me really uncomfortable. Or he'll be like, "Did you talk to your mom or did you talk to your sister?" And I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that. Or how I'm supposed to feel. Because it's like, I know y'all are listening, I know y'all are watching, I know, oh. But it still makes me uncomfortable, you know, that we have to play these games and shit. I don't want to play. What song is that? Oh no, I don't want to play no more. I remember, but yeah, but I don't know, it just irritates me. But I guess I'll just read these cards that I pulled out while I was at the park and see what they have to say. I saw a butterfly, I saw a cat, I saw blue jays. I think I saw a hummingbird on the way back, more cats, and shit ton of birds. There was a whole flock of them just went like that. It was really cool. It was nice to see. It's been a while. This is kind of creepy. It's from this book I bought. It says Surrender Monkey Mono. I always loved this monkey. It's the Peruvian monkey, I think. Andean? Oh, and it's number 3. XOL. Interesting. Wonder what that means. Anyway, I have the book up here too. So it's number 3, which would be page 35. Damn, this is a really long book. Oh, it's at the bottom, my bad. Okay, 35. Surrender, monkey, mono. See how nature, trees, flowers, grass grows in silence. See the stars, the moon, and the sun, how they move in silence. We need silence to be able to touch souls. Wasn't she a pedophile? Mother Teresa? Monkey, Nazca, Peru. Oh yeah, that's the monkey I was talking about. Can't see it too well on this camera. At least 1,000 years ago, maybe more. Whatever. I'm just gonna skip. Okay. Spiritual world. You are tossing all kinds of ideas around, arguing with yourself, unable to settle into your own philosophy. Learn to create stillness and surrendering to your spirit. You will swim into the depths of your soul. You will seek solace in the written words of poets and scholars. Yeah, I've been meaning to read my poems and shit. I need to type that up. Your words are not their words. Release and relax into your core. Surrender to non-seeking. Let go over trying to control energy and its flow. Surrender to the within that puts the brain to rest for a while and lets the life of your spirit control who you are and what you do. Taken from surety and calm strength, your growth creates actions of love. Embrace that place of peace. You have recognized your soul. Interesting. Oh, it's a cute little monkey. It does look like that one. I didn't realize that. First intention. The monkey soul rock turns up for a reason. Ask yourself, am I going around and around in my mind and not thinking? Am I running and doing things in a big hurry, not really knowing why? You create your own chaos. Your tendency is to wrestle with ideas, then lose the battle in the mind. The input is increasing in chatter and volume. You have created patterns of busy making, and your mind makes so much clatter and noise. You drown out your own tranquility. Tell your mind to stop. Instruct your mind that while you appreciate its value and the ability for logic and clear thinking, you do not welcome the turmoil it creates. Stand still and listen to the silence. In the midst of your chaos, recognize stillness waiting. Open your eyes to the world that you are in and yield to serenity. Watch the way you interact with people and family. Take a step outside the mind and see your thoughts. Be the outsider and look wisely and with compassion upon your mind. Relinquish your need for action. Creating serenity and silence while you will carry you into the message of surrender. Your answer to your first intention is waiting in that sacred place within you. Janae also has that song called Surrender. I'm gonna search. Oh, please keep charging. I guess it's charging. Period. My charger is somewhat broken. Not new. Still annoying. This is how. Okay, so this is Surrender by Janae. I go the lyrics. This is how 7 sounds at night. Take a vow to be down for life. Got you right in the candlelight. Oh yeah, I actually have a candle lit up right now. Blow it out how I blow your mind. Going slowly, floating towards me. Don't ever ignore me. You'll be sorry. Surrender. Render yourself to me. Oh yeah, render yourself to me. Render blah blah blah. Met you at the edge of my mind, hanging by a thread in limelight. Just when you had asked for closure, that is when the signs got closer. Exit 405 to Sepulveda. Come to the west side, I will show you love. It is only right if you open up, trying to take your mind over. I think it's like towards the end where, yeah, Dr. Chill. Surrender to the quantum consciousness, which gave us all that we be. Can't you see? And it is all for free. Your soul, your mind, your heart, your body, your potentiality, your actuality, your spirituality, your reality. We get it all for free, so why can't we just give it back easily? Surrender. I'm still struggling. I find it really hard to surrender. I feel like, especially when I'm in my room, I just feel really clogged and trapped. Like just being here. Because when I'm outside at the park or whatever, I feel better. But as soon as I step in here, it's just like the walls cave in and shit. It's not fun. But it'd be like that, I guess. Okay. Let's see what this butterfly card says. Butterfly rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. That's what I have issues with. Just accepting my past or even my present situation or possible future situations. I just have a lot of trouble just accepting things. I don't like accepting things. You know, it's like I constantly want to change the past for what happened and change it for better. Or I want to change this or escape this present moment. Or just overall escape and whatnot. I just feel like I'm constantly trapped. Especially in this room. It just feels like everything's here to haunt me. You know, I have all my journals filled with all the pain. It's just a lot. Just reminders of pain. But I was outside for like 4 hours today or something. But I still feel this way. Let me see what this thingy has to say about the flower butterfly card. New beginnings, higher planes, rebirth, transformation, prosperity. I know all of this is supposed to be beautiful and shit, but I just feel like shit. Personal growth, bliss, love, grace. Maybe that's just because I'm not even accepting that I'm not okay. If butterfly has fluttered into your awareness, know that change is in the air. If you see butterfly in your garden, expect new opportunities for prosperity and friendship. Butterflies bring beauty, color to life, but it doesn't always start that way. Yeah, it feels like shit, bro. It feels like everything's just been destroyed and I have nothing. Even though I know it's not that way, but it feels that way. I've been so busy mourning the things that I don't have and finding it difficult to appreciate the things I do. And when I do, it's nice, but then I just go back to being in a state of just feeling like shit. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so exhausted. Butterfly asks us to be patient with ourselves and to consider life's chapters. Yeah, I think I'm also I've said this before, I'm expecting a lot from myself. To already be healed and already be happy and already be content and this and that. But I'm not. And I think I just need to accept that. And I keep saying that, but I'm not really taking my advice, or I don't really know how to take my advice. Like I know, but I don't know how, you know? I don't know. And to consider life's chapters, which are caterpillar, cocoon, emerging, and flight. For butterfly people, the stages of beginning, struggle, birthing, and completion must be viewed as one cycle of experience. This is butterfly's law of progression. Relate this law to your daily activities and have faith in your future. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm focusing too much on the destination instead of where I am right now. You know, I'm like, ugh, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm so focused on the future that I'm just completely neglecting the present and what I already have. You know, sure, it may not be the way I want it, and I'm just clinging so much onto that, especially with all the negative shit, and just, you know, just feeling so overwhelmed and so consumed by fear and just feeling dreadful, and yeah, I feel not good. Relate this law to your daily activities and have faith in your future. I feel like I've lost a lot of faith. Like, I know sometimes I'll manifest certain things. Like, I think I did a little thing where I was like, by the end of December 2021, I'll have 12k likes on TikTok, and then I ended up with like 13k. But no matter what, like, sure, I feel never good enough for the outside, but not even good enough for myself. You know? Like, I think I've had 10,000 views on my YouTube channel. But I don't even celebrate that. It's like, I don't take the time to celebrate the little things, like waking up in the morning, or still being able to see, or to be able to walk, or to be able to hear and sing and all this stuff. I've been taking a lot of things for granted because I'm so focused on the things that have hurt me. And I need to find balance with that, you know? It's like I'm just constantly consumed by fear. There's always fear in the back of my mind, or I just have, I guess, gut feelings or whatever, and I just constantly feel sick and tormented, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Like, I'm tired. I really am, and that's why I can't sleep at night, you know, I'm going through it, but I feel like I can't help it. I feel like I can't stop it. You know, it's like what Olivia O'Brien said in the original Hate You, Love You. Oh, that's cute. Thoughts come in like an avalanche. Some shit like that. I was just gonna shuffle this because I wanted to play something with my hands. And I got this one was in the deck because sometimes I check to make sure I have all the cards out because sometimes they just stay stuck. This is the card of change. It has a snake with a crown, and it has 2 yin and yang symbols. And to be honest, the skin kind of reminds me of like a bee's, what's it called? Beehive, as well as a jaguar's patterns, which I actually have the jaguar card somewhere around here. That's close, I guess. Nope, that's the lizard. Nope. Here it is. Right. Let's see that well. But they look kind of similar. Well, it's like reversed patterns, but nonetheless a pattern. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Like sometimes I'm in a happy place, but a lot of the times it just feels like it doesn't last long. You know? And I think that's the issue, because I'm just so focused on external validation, extrinsic value, or whatever, that I fail to realize that and I've thought about this before, but I'm still not really sitting with it or like processing it or accepting it, right? That I'm already doing everything I want. I'm already doing everything I need. You know? I'm already making YouTube videos, I'm already editing, I'm already typing shit up. Maybe not every day, but I'm working on it. I'm also meditating. I can listen to music whenever I want, pretty much shower whenever I want. You know, I have this freedom again, but it's like I've been so used to having been constricted that I forgot what it's like to have freedom and be able to use that freedom, you know? So I'm just like stuck in this mentality, right? Oh, it's funny, I just picked this up. Princess of Swords. You know, it's like there's a storm underneath her, but there's light, and to be honest, it looks like they're blocking the light. Because they're used to the darkness. That's what it looks like to me, at least. I just need to take my power back, really. Also this card, which just happens to have the 4 at the top, so that's cool. I guess it's, yeah, obviously about finding balance again. Having things be complementary and shit. Luxury. Those cards come up a lot, you know, maybe focusing on the things that I already have, right? The fruits of my labor, and enjoying the fruits of my labor. Prudence, right? Because I feel like a lot of time we just want to harvest, but then we over-harvest, right? Like we've been doing with Mother Earth. We just, yeah. Like we all have guides and whatnot, but we forget. And we try to just keep going and like keep accomplishing things because we've been groomed to think that we have to work hard and be successful, right? For me, the idea of success is like having a house and like performing and singing, but either way, I don't think I'm ready for that. I haven't built confidence, you know. I don't know how to produce music. I don't know anything about music theory, really. Like, I'm just... There's a lot on my mind. There's a war in my mind, right? Kind of like Willow Smith said in one of her songs. I think it's Marceline, right? Where she's like... Okay, both... Whatever. I don't remember the lyrics verbatim, but, like, both Willow Smith and her have been, like... You know, what's the point of fighting all these external wars when we have these inner wars? Like, they tell us to make the world a better place and find peace, but what about peace within? You know? It's raining knives like all the time, and I'm alive. It's before that, though. What did she say? Princess of Cups. Oh, that's cute. It has a turtle and a fish. Reminds me of Pisces air energy. And there's a little swan, it seems, at the... Oh, and I think there's a little lotus flower there, too. I was talking about lotus earlier. This is the Princess of Cups card. I feel like a lot of times we just expect too much from ourselves, and I think it's just because we compare ourselves a lot to others. You know, like, oh, they're better than me, they know more than me, they have this title, they have this car, they have this house, and this and that, but we fail to realize that a lot of people aren't happy. You know, they could have all the money in the world but still feel like shit. They could own all these yachts and still feel like shit. You know, they could have a collection of, I don't know, books or whatever and still feel so happy. I mean, not happy, you know. Yeah, or even, yeah, just feel lonely or whatever. I think a lot of people just, they see the external, but they don't see the internal, you know? And that goes for other people too. They'll be like, they'll look at your situation and be like, oh, you're a loser, this or that. At least that's what I think of my situation, right? Because I'm looking at it from, for example, my mother's perspective, or even my father's perspective of feeling not good enough. And I've been meaning to journal all these prompts and whatnot, but I just don't because I don't want to face that. I don't want to deal with hearing those voices, but, you know, they just keep getting louder and louder in my mind. Is that Scorpio? I don't know. That little symbol right there. I don't know what sign that is. Trumps. That interesting. Have to cover that though. It's the card of lust. So it's like we're just filled with all these desires, right? Because we live in a time and place, in a world that, you know, says, oh, if you have this thousand, I don't know, whatever. If you have this really expensive, luxurious car, you've accomplished it. Or if you have, or if you're vegan, you know, you're healthy. Or if you, what else? If you play this many instruments, you're successful. If you pass this many tests, you're successful. You know, it's like everywhere you look, there's just extrinsic value elsewhere. I don't know. I was watching a video by Dr. Romani. She's a YouTuber. I don't know. I don't like people calling people YouTubers or whatever. I was literally ranting about that last night or this morning. But yeah, like anyway, she was talking about extrinsic validation. Not sure what that's called. I forgot the verbatim term, but essentially like looking or seeking for validation externally, right? Like we'll clean our houses. I don't really do that for external validation though. Kind of do. Actually, I do. I just don't like admitting it. We'll do things for just people to acknowledge us. You know, that's what we've been groomed to believe, to have, you know, success and be, I guess, to say successful, right? Right? Like I said, this one came out upside down. It's the card of peace, right? So it's like we're just in this constant war, you know? And that's not to say there's no wars outside. Like I've literally seen like, it seemed like a war helicopter and like 2 jets passed by earlier today. And it was pretty scary, you know? It's like there's all these things going on. A failure. And we just constantly sorrow. We just feel overwhelmed. Oppression. Right? Like there's just a lot going on all the time, and there's just so much pressure, especially from the outside, Hermit. So we just think that everything is bad. I actually picked up a sun rune earlier, so I'm gonna pull that out. But I need to use the bathroom, and what else do I need to do? Oh, I'm cold. I need to turn on the heater. But yeah, so I'm gonna look for the sun rune and then look for the meaning of that. So I'll be right back. I lit this up, I forgot. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the sun card. I can just open it up and then read it. Oh, the sun card. What is the sun card, actually? Oops, it keeps flipping to the monkey. Sure, that's for a reason, though. That looks bad. This is Sage! Don't flag me. It is Sage. Seven. What page is it? Page. Oh, that's cute. Little fox. I'm not gonna lie, this probably took a long time to make this book. Sun card. There's 7. Joy. Father Inti. 51. Please stay up. I don't want to go back down. So this is it. This is Andean Soul Rocks Pathway of Light by Christina Os Labong. I don't know. But yeah, it says, Father Inti, we do face the sun and pray to God through the sun, asking for strength to complete the sun dance. That reminds me of Avatar The Last Airbender. You know that season with Zuko? With the eternal flame or something, and they meet the dragons, which I actually pulled the dragon card today, too. Is it at the bottom of the deck? No. Oh, it was somewhere here. Oh, it was right here. Right. And when I saw that episode, it made me think of Indian people? Peruvian? I guess South America? I'm sorry. I don't know very much. I need to learn more. But yeah. My people. So, it made me think of my people. I haven't actually met them or really seen them. You know, maybe watch documentaries, which to be honest probably aren't all that, what's it called? Accurate. But, you know, I have seen them, and it's always reminded me of them. Or at least the recent times I've watched that episode, I've been like, oh, Indian people? Peruvians? Indigenous people? You know? So it's just been nice to see that representation. But, like, also, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more to learn about all of it, you know. But yeah, like, Sundance, you know. The Eternal Sundance? What is it? It's a Sundance. Like, just imagine, Aang literally travels the world because he's supposed to learn water bending, earth bending, you know, all of the elements, master all the elements. And to be honest, he found it really difficult, right? It's like, none of that was easy. Wealth, abundance. But nonetheless, he went through with all of that. And did his best. And to be honest, he did defeat Fire Lord Ozai. You know, he passed the test. He didn't believe in himself. He never wanted to be the last airbender. He never wanted the destiny that he was given. Neither did Zuko, right? Like, he only wanted to please his father. But even in his heart, no matter what, like, it wasn't for him. whatever his father said he had to do, you know? It wasn't in his heart to be evil. Ace of Cups. So, yeah, it's just like all of these things. Wait, is this? Yeah, okay. It's like we often have all this shit going on and we just expect too much for ourselves. Or we just deny ourselves of our own truths and reality. This is the card I was thinking of, Universe, earlier. Like, this world puts a lot of pressure, and we keep that pressure. And I guess you could say pressure builds diamonds, but I feel like, there's got to be a balance. Lover's card. Cruelty. Reverse. Ace of Swords. Like, we just have to start finding ourselves and sticking to our truth and our passions. Strive towards it, like the King of Swords. We can't, satisfy everyone. Everyone has their own needs, their own idea of what happiness and what success is. Even if we have been highly influenced by society, but, you just can't please everyone. And I feel like that can be hard to admit. The Star. Hanged Man in reverse. So we just have to start completion. Strength. The Wands. Death. The Tower. We really have to start facing our truth and our reality and just sticking to what works for us, not try to please others, especially people who haven't ever given a single shit about us, 1996, damn, this is wow, that's interesting. This was made in 1996? Damn. Oh, no wonder they look different. I was like, the art looks so different from the other ones I have. I'm not saying, like, people can't have that style, but just look at these cards compared to this. Like, I feel like the style's different. And the printout, I don't know. Wow, 1996. Was this produced then, or was this just like, it was created then, but, printed out later? Doesn't say anything here. Yeah, it's about finding ourselves again and just feeling whole. Because I feel like a lot of us just feel so empty. And we're so familiar with that emptiness that we don't associate ourselves to have better, to do better, because we think this is all we deserve. Even though we know we deserve better. It's like, it's just this very paradoxical, contradictory state of mind or being, or, in between state, like the butterfly card that was talking about the whole cycle, right? We have to embrace all of it, and maybe that's it. Like, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, like, I've been rushing my process, worry, by being like, oh, like, I should already have a house, or I should already have all this money, or I should have all these subscribers, or I don't know, just expecting a lot. But things take time, especially sturdy foundations, they take time, and I can't just expect it all to flow when I'm in the way of it. I'm in the way of my own joy, right? That's what we're open this to for. Let me see. The sun does not shine for a few years, for a few trees and flowers, but for the wide world's joy. I feel like we take a lot of things for granted. Like, just imagine, if it weren't for the sun, we wouldn't have plants, we wouldn't see in the daylight, And we probably wouldn't have been able to create lights because, you know, it mimics the sun. And it's just a lot of things are interdependent. And we forget that because we're so caught up in just all the shit that goes on in our world. Or just overwhelmed by everything, really. Princess of Wands. So we just need to ruin. Yeah, we just need to find ourselves. Oops, did I mix it up again? I was organizing it. We just need to ground ourselves, and I feel like a lot of us don't really know how to. Oh, I thought there was a condor. Condor? I forgot what it's called. El condor pasa. Yeah. Anyway, Inti, Peru. Oh, is that actually a place, or is that just the god? Isla del Sol is located on sacred Lake Titicaca in Bolivia. Both Manco Capac and Mama Ocllo, who together were the beginning of the Incan Empire, were born on this island. It is home to the Temple of the Sun, Father Inti, known as the god of time. The statue reminds me of a turtle. Like, look at the little symbol, the sun. I feel like everything's a reflection of one another, but we've like fell into this world of illusion that we've forgotten what things mean or what things are. You know, we've forgotten the depth of things and how everything's connected, and that separation is an illusion, you know. So we've been very much blinded by so many things and just lost connection really to ourselves and our highest good and our highest nature, and we've just fallen into the matrix, right? These are the cards that I pulled out. Provides all we need for joy in our world. The stars, moon, earth are one. In utilizing the light energy of the sun on the island of the sun. Light pours through some stone portals, illuminating textures and shadows and always having a deeper celestial meaning. That's so true. I feel like sometimes we're just so blinded by anger or fear or all of these dark energies that we fail to, I guess, acknowledge the magic of it all. You know, it's like we get so consumed with all this darkness. Or we're just, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Because I was talking about this earlier. But, you know, even the colors black and white are just a mix of other colors, right? So, we just have to find our way to ourselves again. Did something say Puma? I read Puma somewhere. Oh, Rock of Puma. That's funny. Because I have the Jaguar card right here. Right? I think, I don't know how to explain it really. We just get so overwhelmed with fear and fear-based realities and just all that shit that we fail to really sit in gratitude and in the light, you know? I don't know. I feel like I'm finding it hard to word it, and that's pretty rare because I feel like I'm a pretty eloquent person, but right now it's just a little bit difficult to find the right words. And that's interesting that I actually found this book out of all other things, because I was like, I don't know, I was like, oh look, book about rocks and shit. And then come to find it's literally like Andean or some Peruvian, which I am. That's dope. That's really dope. It's like everything always finds its way back, right? That reminds me of the song Back to You by Elena Castillo. It's a really good song. I love Elena. She's so cute. I would love to see her live. Has she performed live yet? I think she has. Oh, and then I have the cougar card right under. Let's see what this has to say. I'm getting sleepy again. The temples of stones are as magnificent as Machu Picchu in their architecture and design. Sunlight streams through portals in perfect alignment with the structures, stars, planets, and Mother Earth. Isn't that such a beautiful thing? Like, I've actually had a dream. I think it was Machu Picchu or Teotihuacan, but it was like one of the pyramids. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is insane. And I was just climbing it for some reason, trying to get to the top. I was trying to do something, and then, I don't know, somehow I ended up in some fucking line and on a bus. I just have really, the dreams are interesting. But somehow I ended up, like, passing by, like, I think they were Indian. I don't know, I don't like using terms. But yeah, like, yeah, whatever. Taipicala, the center of Lake Titicaca, is located on the Isla del Sol in Bolivia. The word Titicaca means rock of Puma. It is a sacred vital energy center pouring, I think they used the wrong pouring sunlight through stone in the creation of joy on the island of light. Island of light. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like it's hard for me to read this because, not to understand it, but more so to read it because, like, I don't even know where this person's actually from, but, you know, they don't seem Indian, at least from what I see, right? And, like, I've seen documentaries where these colonizers visit our land and, like, make these documentaries and all that. But, like, sometimes I'm like, are they there to help genuinely? Or are they just there to make a documentary and make money? You know, for example, this shit cost like $88. Sure, I had a little package thing where it came with some stones, some other cards, a little bag for the stones, and the book. But it bothers me because I feel like I should be learning this from the people themselves, you know. But everything's been so colonized and it's hard. So I don't even speak the native tongues of which I should be speaking. I don't even know what tribes I'm from, you know? And I turned in my ancestry kit and like they received it, but it's hard. I just I feel sad. Cuz you know, it's nice because you know, I was colonized and all that. So I speak English and Spanish instead of native tongue that I feel like I should be speaking. But since I have been colonized, you know, those are the tongues I speak. And I guess this is a way of getting close for right now. Just feels like I'm doing wrong. Because, you know, a lot of these things are beautiful, but it's just like when you hear it from not a native perspective, I feel like it just not loses its value, but it just, I don't know, I don't like it. It just, no matter what I try to do, I just feel something's off, you know? Because they've even colonized spirituality, right? And they actually got the idea of forming a government from the natives, then genocided them, and to the point where they couldn't vote till the 1940s or something, which isn't that long ago. So it just makes me uncomfortable. It really does. It makes me feel sick. And I don't like it. I can't unsee it, you know. They've done this to our land, to our people. And it just feels at this point that they're just trying to find a way to make profit and continue to steal our culture and whatnot. Because I feel like, you know, if this was a genuine person, they'd be talking about the struggles the indigenous people still face and have been facing, you know? Because it's nice to see, like, to see that how successful that they have been and all that, and how kind and good-hearted my people are, but it's like either they've been demonized or I don't know how to explain it. I just know it. I just don't feel good about this, you know? Because when I read her name, I was like, And then I found out it was $88, but I had already paid by then. I don't know. I wish I could explain it, but it's just, I don't know. It just feels like everything's a lie. Like, there's truths within it, but sometimes you just get tired of reading in between the lines, you know? You just want the truth. Doorways, portal. Because I feel like this would have been a great opportunity if you visited all these people and been to all these lands to explain the hardships that they face and what's been happening and what continues to go on and how they have to protest to still live on their own land. You know, and it didn't have to be a long introduction. You could have gone back into, like, you know, light work. But to glorify their practices and their ways of life and, you know, admire it. If you really admire them, where's the help? You know? It's like Kristen and Erica Titus from Hawaii. You know, they'll claim, oh, I'm from Hawaii and this and that. Never once have I heard them talk about what's happening in Red Hill. Oh, they don't have access to clean water right now. I don't think it bothers me, you know, because they have such huge platforms, yet no one talks about the real issues that are going on. Not everything's happy-go-lucky. And I think that goes back into what I was talking about earlier. You know, people just want to put up a front of how everything's happy and this and that. But life isn't like that. There's a lot of darkness too. And I think it's about embracing all of it and acknowledging these things because they're not just going to go away if you throw them under the rug or just, you know, throw them under the bus. They're still going to be there. And soon enough, that bump is going to get bigger and bigger, and soon enough, that bus won't even be able to roll. Or if it does move, everything's going to be revealed. Yeah. Love hummingbird. Cuente. Think we call it colibri. I'm just tired. Tired of wondering where my people are. Tired of just having trust issues. Just tired of feeling this way. Yeah, intuition. I'm probably just gonna try to sleep. I'm a bit just tired. Yeah, on the other side.